Trevor.
What's up, guys? This is Ricky from Team Project Attraction. I'm here with my buddy Cassidy Sinatra. Cassidy, say what's up.
Cassidy Sinatra immersion. Here we are. It's good to be here.
Yeah. So Cassidy's been in the game for about 5 years. He's only 22 years old, and he's been coaching for the last 2 years. So we're just picking his brain with his game knowledge. The last video, if you want to go check it out, was on investment and how to get a girl to invest in you in a conversation. He gave some great techniques to take just a simple way to tweak your communication and make it actually fun and exciting where the girl's actually interested in you and not just like sitting there bored looking around for some other hot guy to fuck. So today we're going to talk about rotations and managing rotations. So Cassidy, why don't you give us your insights on managing rotations?
All right. The first thing about rotation, the guy has to understand that he's the prize. He has to understand that, and he also has rotations. They're looked down upon him like, oh, he's like a pimp. He's with all these girls.
Right.
But as an attractive man, you need to have options.
Right.
As like any celebrity or anything, and it's good to have a good range of women that you have at your disposal. You know.
Absolutely.
You know, you only live once, so you know it's good to have fun.
Yeah. It cuts down on neediness for sure too, because if you have a whole bunch of girls, you know, like you think the average dude, he's like just trying to get one girl to like him, you know, like just one girl, and then when he finally gets one girl to like him, if that girl doesn't like him all of a sudden, it's like his whole world is crushed, you know, where a guy who actually works on himself and takes these advice that we give him and actually works on it, has several girls, if he likes a girl, but let's say it doesn't work out, you know, it's sad, but his whole world isn't crushed because he knows he can get another one and move on. You know, it's not so devastating. And so I think that's what's so important. And plus, too, let's say you want to settle down with a girl, too. Maybe you actually want a girlfriend. You're making that choice from a level of abundance, which is a higher level thinking, instead of just this needy, well, I'll take what I can get type approach.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, what you're seeing with a lot of the best guys is if they got like a rotation of 3 girls or 4, they've learned the lesson that over texting, being needy, they've stopped all that bad behavior.
Right.
And they're pretty abundant. Versus the other guy, he's starving for one girl's attention. He's over texting her, giving her gifts, and spending a lot of money. Yeah, it's kind of sad in a way. You got the one guy competing for one girl's attention,
right?
And you got the one dude. He's got like 4 girls competing for him, and he's like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And what's funny is that one guy, that one nice guy, doesn't get is that the girl that he's going for, any girl that he would desire, that those hot girls, they naturally do that with guys. They naturally have guys they're talking to, that they're friends with, that they like hook up with, that they have take them out on dinner. And so girls do this too. This is the girls' mating strategy. And it's like almost like you're stealing it from them and just using that same mating strategy, and it puts you in a level of abundance. So when you like that girl, she's like, oh shit, this guy's on my level. He gets the dating game, compared to the nice guy who's just like, I'm just going to give you everything you want, and then you're going to like me. And she's like, well, I got some options, so we'll see.
Yeah, like on an evolutionary standpoint, like that's how it's supposed to be. Like,
right,
the girl is supposed to go for like the weakest guy that doesn't have any abundance. Like in the caveman days, if the woman was gonna go with a guy like that, the kid would probably come out weak. They wouldn't be protected. They'd get killed by some animal or something.
Right.
Like she would go with the alpha male, the guy with all the women, who's tough, who could defend her and everything.
Right. So why don't you give us some quick pointers of how to start a rotation and how to manage it?
Yeah, so like some tips I remember I got like from mentors in my way growing up is first off, before you add any girl to your fuck buddy list or part of your rotation, as I always say, like 3 separate like closes, you fucking her like 3 separate times. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys I know, they fuck the girl once, are like, oh, she's in my rotation now. No, not that quick. I say 3 separate times if you having sex with this girl. Like the first time's like boom, quick. Second time, third, probably like a romantic dinner or something. Fuck her again. then you can like lock her in.
Right.
And once you do that, you want to start adding in other girls.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I like to do is give it a bisexual girlfriend.
Right.
And then you could pick up girls together and add them in. And yeah, it works pretty good if you do it that way.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. I feel like by date 3, and usually like I usually hook up with a girl on the first date like 80 to 90% of the time. That by date 3 of like hooking up and seeing each other, you know if you guys are comfortable with each other or not. Because usually in between that, you're still kind of figuring it out. You know, maybe you hooked up once, but she's like, I actually don't like him. Or you're like, she's actually really crazy and I didn't realize it the first night. So yeah, usually by date 3, you're kind of comfortable with each other, which you know, like, okay, I'm going to be seeing this girl for a bit or probably not. So that's good. What about managing, let's say you're seeing like 2, 3, 5 girls. How do you manage that with maybe going out and still working on your skills and whatnot? Like, what's your personal preference?
Yeah, so basically you've got 7 days a week. I believe you need to see each of those girls at least one day in that week. Other words, they're gonna start getting they're gonna start feeling like you just using them, you don't care about them.
Right.
So you gotta at least see them one day a week. Maybe like, and if they're your girlfriend, you can take them out, dinner or whatever. But you need to be seeing them and fucking them at least one day in a week. And one of your free days, you could like do your game again. Or you could game with if one of your girls are bisexual, you could game with her and get another girl in.
Right. No,
it's all about managing it, you know.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Cassidy. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time, all right?